Hello, welcome students to our next session of lectures. In we are for few lectures we are continuing our different system administration topics, and here in this session of lecture mainly we will cover some system essential topics related some user management. And previously also we have discussed about some essential system administration topics like the different importance of date setting, etc., date command, date setting, and other essential this command. Now today we'll start with the user management, uh, regarding system management. And first we will discuss about the user ID. So how to set the user ID? Now you can see that sometime the effective user ID, effective UID stand for user ID. So effective UID may not be same as the real user ID or real UID. That means effective user ID and real user ID both can be different. Now generally effective user ID and real user ID should be same, means there should be no difference, but sometimes there may be some different. Now why that different? That this is a major cause of a security flaw. Now you can see that the security hole or drawback of security sometime exploits this weak point of the user management. Many Unix program is there which have some special permission mode that able the users to update the sensitive system files like etc shadow, etc. Now which this type of operation they cannot do directly with the help of an editor, and this is also with the password program, that is PASSWD, that password program. Now let us take an example here. Suppose we are exploring a particular account here or a particular file or drive, and that is suppose there is some showing of permission values like RWS R hyphen X R hyphen X. That means this R is for read, W is for write. So for owner, read write both permission is there, and S is another one, means special permission field which actually indicating that sticky bits are attached with it. And then for others like other group members of the owner, for them also the permission is R hyphen X, that means read and execute permission is there only, no write permission. And for others also no write permission, only read and execute. Now let us move to the next page. Yeah. Now here you can notice that the S in the permission field, and it is the in the user category, and it represent actually special mode known as set user ID or SUID. This mode lets a process to have the privileges as the owner of the file during the instance of the program. That means if this mode has been set, then a process that can have the privilege of owner, that means a process can hold owner privilege in regarding the file when the program is executing. So that's why when a non-privileged user executes this command passwd password command, the effective user ID or UID of the process is not the users but of the root, the owner of the program. So for the time being, it is indicating to the owner's uh, permission rather than users non-privileged permission. So it is in the privilege mode for that instance of time, but at the roots the owner of the program which is showing there, this set user ID privilege, that means SUID, set user ID privilege, is then used by password command passwd to edit the /etc/shadow this directory. Now the SUID, that means set user ID, for any file can be set by the super user using the chmod command. You know that the chmod command, this is a special command for explicitly setting the permission value. So that can be done by the super user or root. Now let us move to the next page here. So the small letter s indicates here actually that permission, and here for example, how can we do it with the help of the chmod command? That means chmod u plus s a dot out ls minus l a dot out. These two, actually these two are two different command. It is only being written in a single line, but chmod is separate command and ls minus l is separate command. Now after doing chmod u plus s, that means user, that means owner. So here u actually means owner, plus s, that means set user is added here. Plus s means now the user have a set user ID permission or privilege. Now after doing that, this a dot out file have that access, and now if we do ls minus l, that means file detailing on the a dot out, then we can s r means dot x, that means in the owner field the set user ID is fixed. That's why the small s is showing there. Now if anybody want to assign set user ID in an absolute manner, that is explicitly want to set the mode, then what you have to do, simply put 4 as a prefix to whatever octal string is being entered for the permission field. That means, suppose if you want to assign the permission value read, write, execute, all the permission value for the owner, and only read and execute permission for the group members and others. For group members and others, need not write permission need not be wanted to set. So that's why you have to write 755. But instead of 755, if anybody writes 4755, means only 4 is prefixed here. So that means that this 755, these permission value also have a set user ID mode on. Set user ID mode to be on with the help of this prefix 4. So only it have to be written before the octal permission values. So in this way, explicitly or in an absolute manner, somebody can set the SUID mode. Now in the same way as user ID, group ID also similar to SUID, only exception that a program with set group ID, then SGID, set group ID, allows the user to have the same power as the group which owns the program. So here also the concept is almost similar. So in that case of user actually for that moment, for that executing time of the program, having the owner's access or privilege access. Here also in case of group ID, when the program is executing at that instance or at that time, it also have the owner's group ID access actually which it is belong for that instant. And in the manner how we are using the SUID mode explicitly or absolute manner by only prefixing a 4 with the existing 3 field permission value. Here instead of 4 for group it is 2, and in that case it only have to be write 2 as a prefix before the permission value. And for example, you can see that here we are using ch mode G plus S, there we are using U plus S in case of user, and here for group we are using G. So G plus S means this will do the same thing as if we write ch mode 2755. So by using this 2 as a prefix, we can set the group ID, set group ID mode on. So in this way you can manage this type of system administration control here. So for this session up to this, I am concluding here. We will continue in further lecture sessions. Thank you.